When I started campaigning and advocating for rent to be reduced, people thought I was just speaking. You see this fine gentleman, his name is Courage, Mr. Courage, from the Rent Control Department. He has a message for us, the tenants, the landlords, and the agents. Now let's go and listen to him. When we come back, you will know, you will respond.
My name is Courage Cornelius Sonu, Assistant Chief Executive Officer for the Regional Rent Control Office, Western Region, Sekondi Takoradi.
Okay.
Today, I want to share with us yet another important section under the Rent Act 1963, Act 220, Section 25. Do you know that as a landlord, do you know that as an agent, do you know that as a tenant, you can be imprisoned up to 6 months? Do you know that you can be fined? Do you know that you can be fined and imprisoned if you take more than the 6 months required rent advance? Do you know that if you are acting as an agent and you take more than 5% of 1 year's rent, you can be imprisoned? Do you know that if you should engage with a fake tenancy agreement just to get around the laws, you can as well be imprisoned? Do you know that if you refuse to give required information to the Rent Control Office or break any other part of the Rent Act, you can be imprisoned to up to 6 months, be fined, or be imprisoned and fined? Please, the Rent Act and the Rent Control Department is there to represent the interest of the landlord and the tenant. Please, let's comply with the act to avoid the fury of the law. Thank you so much.
So after listening to Mr. Courage, thank you, Mr. Courage, for the response from the Rent Control. But after speaking and how you have started speaking about it, we want the laws to work. Mr. Courage and the Rent Control Department, the Ministry of Works and Housing, we want the laws to work. So now, as a tenant, when you are going for a room, don't let any agent take 10% from you. If any agents try to take any 10% from you, report that agent and let him or she be arrested. If you are so generous and you want to pay the 10%, fine. If you have the money enough to pay the 10%, fine. Or if you have the money enough to pay the 7% or bargain for 7% and you can pay, fine. But it is 5%. And also report any landlord who tries to take more than 2 years from you. Yes, they build their room, they build the house. I always say they build the room, they have the house. But that doesn't mean they should be pricing or giving out for two years and above. How are we going to manage to rent an apartment? How is the ordinary Ghanaian going to get 20,000 and above to rent for 2 years? Just imagine how much is our minimum wage. That is why we are pleading with these landlords. We are not against you pricing your rooms. No, we are just against how you now price your rooms. How you now price a single room for 700, 800, 600, 500. How can a single room be going for 600, 700 Ghana cedis? And they are saying we are taking 2 years. How? That's unfair. That is unfair, and that is greedy. We say we are Christians, we are Muslims. But look at how we are treating our own fellow citizens because we have built a room, a house. Some of these landlords are good, very good. But most of these landlords are also greedy. Because you built a house doesn't mean you should get your benefits or your returns within the shortest possible time. It's a lifetime investment. Landlord, Mr. Landlord, it's a lifetime investment. So you cannot get your response or your investment back. Yes, Remu. Agent for now, yes, Remu, muye jumapa, no monko sunye jumapa. Na agent for now, mono so no maya ma se mo funa mo de na mo. Ese ya mo munye ye da. Mo so no wi yan so be bomb se ya. Because we say obi enko tam 20,000, 20,000, what save 20,000 now the people. Ni atam de behind that. Ya be den ya bobra na ko enim. At least 1 year no kura na say oh chem ho 1 year bia 800 cedis 700 cedis kura na people will manage. But if you price a chem ho for 1,000 Ghana cedis, 1,000 to 1,005, an agent, do you have that money to be going for that kind of rooms? You the agent. We don't want to hit the street because we are against this government. We want to hit the street because of rent. That is why we are pleading with Your Excellency to have this courage and boldness to plead with these landlords to reduce their rent. to reduce their rent, their prices. We are tired.